Good afternoon, colleagues. We are holding another meeting of the Military Industrial Commission. Today, we will discuss a range of issues related to the development of the armed forces and the work of the defense industrial complex at the current stage, today and in the future. We will also analyze how the orders and instructions on the supply of the most demanded weapons, equipment, and means of defeat to the troops are being carried out, and not only to the units participating in special military operations, which is certainly a priority, but also to the troops and the army in general. I would like to note that last year, almost all defense enterprises fulfilled the orders of the State Defense Order in full, qualitatively and on time. In some types of weapons, the schedule was ahead of schedule. For example, the number of means of defeat, communication systems, reconnaissance, and radio-electronic warfare increased more than double. The troops received more than 4,000 units of armored vehicles, 180 combat aircraft and helicopters. More than 1.5 million drones of various types were also delivered, including about 4,000 drones controlled by the so-called FPV system. I know very well, and many of the participants in today's meeting know this no worse than I do, that there are still not enough means of defeat. I know about the efforts being made by the Ministry of Defense and the Ministry of Industry. There are plans, work is being carried out every day, and I'm sure that all the plans to increase the production of the necessary equipment, in this case these drones, will certainly be carried out. They are very much awaited at the battle line. In fact, this is one of the serious factors of combat success today. I would like to stress that the most in-demand samples at the front are improving rapidly. Their tactical technical characteristics are improving, both in terms of combat practice and in terms of the development of means of countermeasures. And their developers, including the leading Western arms companies, are not standing still either. We know this, and the guys will know it on the battlefield. The high technological dynamics of our production has been achieved, among other things, thanks to the feedback from the front line. This kind of work has been carried out by the Ministry of Defense and the Defense Industrial Complex Enterprises, and it should continue on a permanent basis. I would like to thank the collective of defense enterprises, their partners, the workers of design bureaus, testing centers, and training grounds. Your hard work and high self-reliance have allowed the Russian defense industrial complex to cope with the tasks and challenges we have faced. They are even more ambitious this year, including the implementation of an expansion and modernization of the APC's capacity, which includes more than 400 enterprises. I would like to stress that today our experience in conducting special military operations, both in terms of tactics and in terms of the technical development of weapons, is being studied without any exaggeration by all the armies of the world, by the leaders of the global arms industry, high-tech companies. We need to be one step ahead, as we have done many times recently, and I am sure we will do so in the future. As I have already said, it is necessary to adapt the weaponry and equipment to the new, rapidly changing forms and methods of conducting military operations without any bureaucratic fissures. We have all the opportunities for this. Taking into account the experience of military operations, we need to update training programs in military schools and academies, schools of the junior officers and sergeants, and at the same time to seriously and deeply develop the combat regulations of the ground forces, starting from the level of the detachments and companies to the corps and the general military armies. I will repeat once again that these processes must be carried out simultaneously and in close contact with each other. And of course, we must take into account the global trends in the development of military technology as much as possible. That is, to predict and understand what the potential armed conflicts of the future may be, and the future is rapidly approaching, and the movement is getting faster and faster. the speed of these changes is increasing. It is also important to accelerate the production of different purposes and different bases. Special attention should be paid to unmanned boats and other naval systems. The current task is to develop laser systems capable of striking various targets, in particular unmanned aircraft, and in the future we have other military equipment, aircraft, missiles, and so on. In this area, we have certain practical developments. We already have manufactured systems, and we need to move faster in these areas, in these most modern, advanced, promising areas. But there is one more thing I would like to say. It is necessary to develop everything that is promising and what is not even being discussed today. But in our scientific centers, in the KGB, in the institutes, they are working on this, thinking about it, and offering it. They are offering it today. I ask you to analyze everything very carefully and not to refuse it. This is not a task for tomorrow, but even for today, because if we do not think about it today, if we do not take care of it, it will be too late tomorrow. In addition, in line with the deadlines and the tasks set, it is necessary to complete the formation of orbital groups and spacecraft of various purposes in order to conduct all types of reconnaissance and ensure stable, uninterrupted communication in a closed segment, in a complex, disruptive environment, both in the course of combat operations and in general, to solve training and combat tasks in peacetime for the armed forces, special and other forces. This will allow us to complete the creation of a modern system of troops management in real time, and thereby seriously increase their combat potential. And of course, it is necessary to activate the production and use of protected domestic software products and developments in the field of artificial intelligence. For their use in complex automated military control systems. We are all talking about artificial intelligence. It has become fashionable. Without it, no meeting takes place in any area. But you have to understand, everyone understands that the possibilities of using artificial intelligence are simply colossal. And those who begin to master these technologies faster, in this case in the military, will have huge advantages in the battlefield. You should never forget this. We have other ideas, other developments. We will talk about this separately. Now let's start working according to the plan.